Hi everyone, this is Dave. Welcome to ERL 590. I wanted to give a overview of Moodle. This is for folks who either have never used Moodle before or perhaps you've used it and just kind of need a refresher course to see where everything is. So this is the course format, and when you log in, this is what you'll see. This opening a box will change usually weekly, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And right now it's a pretty generic welcome message. Sometimes these words are a little more specific to the week that we're working on. I'll give you the quick tour. You have this navigation box here, which one link we'll talk about in a minute is participants. So you can click that link and you can see everyone else who is in this course. And you'll see we have Jennifer, who is also in this course, and myself. And to see, a little more about these people, you can also click their name and you will see their profile. So there's another way to do that too, and it's just to click participants. So to show you my profile, I haven't revised this yet for this course, but I think I have a little to do. Anyway, what's really helpful is if you would come up with a photo. It's always nice online to see what people look like, and just a quick description of who you are and what you do. Short, but enough to get to know people. Folks are going to be working on each other's writing, and it's always nice to know where people are coming from. Okay, one thing with Moodle, so that you're not always clicking the back button, is you have this breadcrumb trail. And you'll see I'm in the view profile, Dave Boardman, and it just kind of goes right down the link, okay? If I want to get back to just one step back, I can just click this. Well, I didn't quite do it. Participants takes me, there you go, out of the frame you're in, and back to the course. So sometimes you might be 3 links or 4 links down, and if you want to kind of get lost, just click the breadcrumb trail to get back to the course. You'll see any messages. You'll see I have several messages, but I've actually read these because they come to my email as well. But you may have messages from me periodically. I expect you would have a welcome one once I see you in the course. Just keep a ballpark eye up there. To read a message, just simply click the little comment box. Latest news, I don't think I post much in here at all. I'll tell you where you'll find news and updates. You can see who else is online, and you can, if there's another person on there, you can click their name, and you can, right down here will be send a message, okay? So you could send messages to people directly. You can also do that through the message box, but if they're online, you can actually get them perhaps while they're in the course. There's a little calendar, which is more reference. I don't really put much in there. Again, you may not even see this box much longer. Recent activity. This gives me, as the teacher, all the activity going on. You will see your own activity and I think any other big updates that come through. And lastly, you have a blog, which you can use in Moodle. The Moodle blog works pretty well. Your entries here can be visible by anyone in Moodle. And the trick, so that we can read them if you do use this blog, is to add an entry about this course. Everything needs a title. You write in this box here, and this will expand for you. You can add files if there's a picture or an attachment you want to add, and then you save changes. The blog can be a little tricky because if you're another place in the course, like let's say you are working on a discussion forum down here, you'll have an opportunity to blog about that forum, and those blogs can get lost. So that's the key thing. If you're using this blog, add an entry about this course. You can then read all of your own entries. Add a new entry is more generic, and you can view everyone else's blog in this course. We won't be using this blog together, but it will be an option for all of you. Okay, on this side, you'll see any other courses you're enrolled in or involved in. Activities, in this case forums, and the spot for grades, and we'll talk about grades a little later on. So this is the general section, the resources. You'll see the syllabus. A few links are referred to. Option for journals. This is a questions forum, so if something's not working for you in the course, whether this is a technical issue or you just have a question about the assignment, just go ahead and add a new topic. And describe your question, ask your question. If there's some reason you need to add something, go ahead and do it and just post to forum. And you'll see it right there. I'm pretty good usually about getting to questions in here. I check this every single day, usually twice a day, and you will see my reply right under your question. If it's a personal question, as in, you have a personal issue to discuss or a grading issue to discuss, please don't use this forum. Instead, please use email or give me a phone call. My contact information is right on the syllabus, as well as my cell number. You can text me on that, you can call me. Please, absolutely feel free to call me. There are times, of course, like anyone, where email gets backed up. I could be away for a day unexpectedly, and getting a phone call and saving you the frustration of trying to reach me is much, much easier. So that's very helpful. The other thing up here is there right now are too many forums. There'll be an announcements forum. And if I have some issue to alert you all to, perhaps I've put up a new link, perhaps I've changed something you need to know about right now, I will post it in here. I will probably also post it so that it's very visible up here in the course. And that will not only post here, you'll see it right here, but it will also immediately send you an email to your email of record. So when you log in, you've provided an email. Make sure that's an account you check or you forward, because there are times when I will put up an announcement that might say, skip this week's big assignment, or the deadline's been delayed. And if you don't have that email forwarded to an account you use, then you could be out of luck. This is the alignment of the weeks, and you'll see we're just starting our first week. So this is topic 1, a little bit of an intro, a few quick directions on dates, and the overview. I'll try to provide an overview each week, which is essentially, here's the big picture. What exactly are we doing this week? They're usually very short, and they are not assignments. They are just simply the big picture. You'll always see a week assignments. That I try to make sure that's up at the top of the week's events. And this is my writing, my written description about what's going on this week. All of these links that you see are automatic, and they should work, but I do provide links to everything you're reading or working on right down below. So if you try a link here and for some reason it doesn't work, please definitely try it here and then let me know. So that's essentially the work of the week, all right? And this, I think, is worth printing out, or at least referring to a couple times to make sure you're not missing anything. I try to be pretty clear about the things that are due and the readings and all of that. So please let me know if you have questions. I do explain in this note, which is worth reading, that there are times when I will provide a link to a 50-page report, or I think one of the big ones was a couple hundred pages, and or I might provide a half dozen links. And if you looked at every single link and said, oh my gosh, I have to read all of this, you would really be reading for 2 weeks straight. So I am usually very clear about things that you definitely need to read to be able to truly participate in the conversation. But I also provide things that aren't critical for you to to look at, but you might find very interesting, or they might help you explore this in a little more depth. Quick example: we have three young kids here, grades 1 through 10, actually, reading little pieces of writing they had. Now, if you're teaching grade 12 English, hearing from Lucy may not be critical to your understanding of writing. So it's definitely not required, but it might be helpful for you just because your 12th grader was once a first grader, and that's always helpful. You will see as we go along, these other boxes open up with the additional weeks, and I will always keep the previous boxes open so that if there was a link you really liked or you want to use, it'll still be there later on. One quick thing, if you are posting to one of the forums, like this first week, and you go ahead and add a topic and you add a title and you begin writing and you have really good thoughts, and then you want to look at a link, and so you click the back arrow, you will automatically lose whatever you've posted. So what I find helpful to do is, if with using a Mac, use something like TextEdit, which is a very clean, no format place to write, and then copy and paste it in, or I use Notepad if I'm on a PC. If you use Word or Pages and you add in, let's say that I'm working in Pages and I type some things, or Word, and I copy and I paste it in here, you may get a whole lot of other formatting junk just because those are they have a lot of hidden code in them. So to post those types of things, click that little post from Word box here and paste your writing in here. All right, Control C to copy from Word, Control V to paste in here, and then insert, and it will place it in there, but it will strip out the coding. All right, that makes it much easier. Sometimes you'll see posts that just have all this extraneous weird code, and that's just really helpful to get rid of that. Otherwise, emoticons, they're actually helpful, especially if you're giving feedback to someone. You can be kind of tricky in teaching and learning online because you may not always read the nuances of someone's comment, and it can be very easy to take something the wrong way. So if you're ever writing something and you're actually in a great mood and you're actually smiling, and you don't want someone to misunderstand you, go ahead and take yourself back to middle school and pop in a smiley face, and people will not read things the wrong way. So let me just get back to use my breadcrumb trail, get back to the course. That really is the course in a nutshell. It works, I'm using Safari right now, but I use a mix between Safari, Firefox, and Chrome. I haven't used Chrome with this in a little while, but I think it works pretty well. Here's the test, though, to tell if you are using a browser that is not fully compatible. If you go to make a post in a forum and you do not see all these little codes here, these little buttons, then you need to change browsers, because there are some browsers that just don't tend to show all these things, and you really need them. All right, so that is everything in a nutshell. I hope that's helpful. Anytime you have any questions at all, please drop me an email, post to the question forum so everyone can benefit, or give me a call or text and I will get right to you. Thanks, and we will see you in here.